The Kaluas are also charged with abuse and child endangerment spanning years from the time they took Isabella and her siblings in as foster children before adopting several of them. Gina Mangieri is always investigating.
We wanted to know, what are the safeguards that should have protected these children, and what are the blind spots in a system that serves thousands of children in Hawaii?
As shocking as the murder charges are against Isaac and Lehua Kalua, so are the ongoing child abuse allegations revealed in their indictment and other allegations that have surfaced since their arrest. Physical and mental child endangerment from the time they took in Isabella and a sibling in February 2019 through to her presumed death this August and the siblings' removal from the home in September. Persistent failure to support essentials like food, shelter, clothing, even education, and specific spans of abuse alleged against Lehua this past June, July, and August. The extent of involvement in each case for child welfare services, police, courts, schools, and other third-party guardians and mandatory reporters is largely sealed, but we do know several incidents rose to the level of police, caseworker, and even what's called multidisciplinary team review.
That only happens when CPS has made an internal determination there's likely abuse. That's the only reason you call in place a multidisciplinary term meeting to review allegations of an injury to a child.
Child Welfare Services says that team can include psychologists, social workers, nurses, even pediatricians. If they determine no child abuse and neglect has occurred and CWS is in full agreement, then CWS will take no further action. But CWS can continue to monitor the case if they still have concerns. It's not clear if or when the family court was alerted to red flags, including whether something called the Family Court Tort Protocol was triggered, and if the court properly followed through. If so, that's mandatory reporting in writing to the judge by CWS or anyone else with substantive knowledge of abuse.
Just going to the police isn't enough. That's not what the protocol requires. That's why the judge wants to know. Then the judge has the benefit of the CPS report and the police report and all of the other documents, the medical records. And that's the only way that the court can get, I think, a full and accurate picture of what occurred. This child should never have died.
CWS responded that they refer suspected abuse to police as deemed appropriate, regardless of whether there is family court involvement. Both the state caseworker and guardian would have had eyes on any fostered kid in that home as often as monthly, from the time they came in as fosters in 2019 through to their adoptions in early 2021. A fourth child was still a foster as of the children's removal from the home following Isabella's disappearance. CWS is not disclosing any details of Kalua welfare visits, but said in general that these visits assess the child's appearance and overall well-being. Face-to-face visits did occur through the pandemic, but circumstances, including a positive COVID case, could have resulted in televisit options instead. The initial charges in the case detail how Isaac allegedly faked a COVID scare around the time Isabella may have been murdered. Gina Mangieri, KHON2 News, always investigating.